Imagine this. You are strolling along the beautiful historic streets of Paris, surrounded by centuries-old buildings, bustling cafes, and the timeless charm of the City of Light. The Eiffel Tower stands proudly in the distance, and tourists snap photos at every corner. But just 30 to 40 meters beneath your feet, something extraordinary is happening. Giant machines, each longer than a football field, are silently carving out an entirely new underground world. These mechanical marvels are digging deep through layers of soil, rock, and history, creating tunnels that will forever change how millions of people move around Greater Paris. This is the Grand Paris Express, Europe's largest urban transport project ever undertaken. A massive 200 kilometers of brand new automated metro lines and 68 new stations are being built right beneath one of the most crowded, historic, and architecturally sensitive cities on the planet. When it is finished, nearly 2 million passengers will ride it every single day. It will dramatically slash commute times and connect suburbs that have felt isolated and left behind for decades. But the real story is not the numbers on paper. The real story is happening deep underground, an incredible engineering feat that few people will ever get to witness with their own eyes. It is a story of human ingenuity pushing the limits of what is possible in one of the most challenging urban environments in the world. Today, we are going inside the construction of this mega metro. We will explore the massive machines, the precision engineering, the hidden challenges, and the huge impact this project will have on the future of Paris. So let's dive in together. Project Overview. The Grand Paris Express is far more than a simple upgrade to the existing metro system. It is a complete revolution for Greater Paris and the entire Île-de-France region. The project introduces 4 brand new lines numbered 15, 16, 17, and 18, along with major extensions to the existing line 14. Together, these lines form a double ring around the heart of Paris, creating orbital connections that the old radio metro network could never provide. We are talking about 200 kilometers of mostly underground track, a distance longer than the drive from Paris all the way to Brussels. There will be 68 sparkling new stations, many of them designed as modern architectural landmarks. The trains will be fully automated and driverless, running at high frequency with short waiting times. This new system will serve more than 12 million residents across the region and is expected to carry nearly 2 million passengers daily once fully operational. The promise is transformative. Many commutes that currently take over an hour in crowded buses or cars will drop to just 20 or 30 minutes. It will connect more than 3 million people to better jobs, universities, business districts, and opportunities that were previously out of easy reach. The project links key economic hubs like La Défense, major science and education centers such as Paris-Saclay, 3 international airports including Charles de Gaulle and Orly, and high-speed rail stations. It aims to reduce inequality between central Paris and its suburbs, cut car dependency, lower pollution, and create greener, more connected communities. All of this is being achieved while carefully protecting the fragile historic fabric above ground. Paris is not an empty construction site. It is a living museum with ancient catacombs, old quarries, sensitive buildings, and a dense web of existing infrastructure. Every decision underground must respect what stands above. The total cost has risen to around 35 to 38 billion euros, making it one of the most ambitious and expensive urban infrastructure projects on Earth. But beyond the money, it is the engineering story that captures the imagination. Site preparation challenges. Before even 1 meter of tunnel could be bored, engineers had to solve an incredibly complex puzzle that spans years of planning and investigation. Paris sits on varied and often difficult geology, layers of clay, limestone, groundwater, swelling green clays, and centuries-old underground quarries and catacombs that honeycomb the ground. Below the surface already run existing metro lines, sewers, electrical cables, water pipes, and the foundations of historic buildings that cannot be disturbed. One small mistake in pressure or alignment could cause ground settlement, cracking walls in centuries-old structures, or flooding. To map this hidden world, hundreds of geotechnical boreholes were drilled across the region. Advanced ground-penetrating radar, seismic surveys, and soil testing helped create detailed three-dimensional models of what lies beneath. In zones with old limestone quarries, engineers even drill small boreholes from the surface and inject grout into hidden voids to stabilize the ground and prevent any risk of subsidence before the TBMs arrive. Construction sites themselves are squeezed into tight urban spaces between buildings, roads, and parks. Noise, vibration, and dust must be kept to an absolute minimum to avoid disrupting the daily lives of 12 million people in the Île-de-France region. This is not like building in open desert or empty countryside where machines have unlimited space. This is ultra-precise engineering performed deep beneath one of the world's most protected and densely populated urban environments. Workers and engineers must coordinate with archaeologists, historians, utility companies, and local authorities at every step. Some areas required special techniques like ground freezing or chemical soil injection to stabilize the earth before any excavation could begin. The sheer scale of coordination is mind-boggling. Thousands of people working across dozens of sites simultaneously, all while the city above continues its normal life. The heart of the project, tunnel boring machines. Now we come to the real stars of the entire project, the giant tunnel boring machines, affectionately known as TBMs. At the peak of construction, more than 20 to 30 of these massive machines were operating simultaneously beneath Paris, making it one of the largest coordinated TBM fleets ever assembled for a single urban project in Europe. Each TBM is an engineering wonder in itself. These machines stretch over 100 meters in length, longer than a football field, and weigh hundreds of tons. Their cutter heads can reach nearly 10 meters in diameter. The cutter head rotates surprisingly slowly, only a few revolutions per minute, yet it generates enormous force. Depending on the geology, it switches tools, scraping blades for soft ground or heavy-duty disc cutters for harder rock sections. The TBM does not simply dig a hole and move on. It performs multiple tasks in one continuous, elegant operation. As the cutter head rotates at the front, it excavates the material. Behind it, the machine removes the spoil, installs the tunnel lining, and uses powerful hydraulic jacks to push itself forward meter by meter. In favorable ground conditions, a single TBM can advance 10 to 15 meters per day. That might sound slow, but when you multiply it across multiple machines working around the clock in shifts, the progress adds up impressively. Some TBMs are earth pressure balance shields that maintain constant pressure to prevent collapse in soft soils. Others use advanced variable density technology that can adapt instantly to changing ground conditions, switching between different modes to handle everything from wet sand to firmer rock safely. These machines are too large to be lowered into the ground fully assembled. Instead, they are dismantled into pieces, transported to deep launch shafts, and then carefully reassembled underground like enormous mechanical puzzles. Once assembled, they begin their long journey beneath the city. As they move forward, they leave behind a finished, circular tunnel that is immediately lined and watertight. It is like a moving factory deep underground, operating 24 hours a day with incredible precision. Some of the TBMs even have names given by the teams operating them, turning these machines into almost living characters in the story of the Grand Paris Express. The coordination of so many TBMs at once required flawless planning, real-time monitoring, and constant communication between surface teams and the crews working hundreds of meters below. The concrete segments precision engineering. While the TBMs grind away below ground, an equally impressive operation runs on the surface in specialized factories around the region. Hundreds of thousands of precast concrete segments, known as voussoirs, are being manufactured with incredible accuracy. Across the entire Grand Paris Express network, roughly 600,000 of these segments are required. Many of these segments use innovative fiber-reinforced concrete instead of traditional steel rebar. This modern material is stronger, more durable against corrosion, and significantly reduces the amount of steel needed, making the project more sustainable and cost-effective in the long run. Each segment is precision engineered in molds with tolerances measured in millimeters so that when they are assembled underground, they fit together perfectly to form a strong, circular ring. Tunnels constantly change direction underground, and this is achieved by slightly adjusting the installation angle of each concrete segment ring. These small angle changes allow the tunnel to create large radius curves while still maintaining perfect watertight performance. A A complete new ring is usually installed every 10 minutes or so to keep perfect pace with the advancing TBM. These rings provide immediate structural support and create a watertight seal that protects the tunnel from groundwater. The quality control is strict. Every segment is inspected, cured, and tested before it ever reaches the underground site. The material excavated by the TBMs, millions of cubic meters of soil and rock, is handled with great care and responsibility. Up to 80% of this spoil is reused in other construction projects or environmental restoration. Much of it is transported away from the crowded city streets by river barge instead of trucks. This single decision avoids the equivalent of tens of thousands of heavy truck journeys, reducing congestion, noise, emissions, and wear on Paris roads. It is a beautiful example of smart, circular engineering that respects both the underground world being created and the environment above. Building the stations, finishing the network. The tunnels are spectacular, but the 68 new stations are engineering marvels in their own right. Many stations are constructed using the reinforced concrete diaphragm wall method. Deep trenches are excavated first, steel reinforcement cages are lowered in, and concrete is poured before any soil inside is removed, all done layer by layer to create incredibly strong, watertight walls that can go dozens of meters deep. In particularly tricky areas, engineers use ground freezing techniques, literally turning the surrounding soil into a temporary wall of ice, or inject special stabilizing chemicals to prevent collapse during digging. To keep an extremely close eye on any movement, the entire project is monitored from space. A radar satellite called TerraSAR-X passes over the site every 11 days and uses radar interferometry to track tens of thousands of ground measurement points per square kilometer. It can detect even the smallest surface deformations during construction, giving engineers early warnings if anything shifts. One of the most impressive stations is St. Morcrotile. It reaches 52 meters deep, equivalent to an 18-story building, making it the deepest station in France's underground transport system. Its structure is shaped like a peanut with dual parallel chambers to better handle complex geological pressures. Inside, 11 high-speed elevators whisk passengers down to platform level in just 15 seconds. In the Arcueil-Cachan area, engineers faced another remarkable challenge when connecting the new metro line with the existing RR network. A massive 3,000-ton steel structure was pre-assembled on the surface and then slid sideways nearly 26 meters in just a few hours, a breathtaking feat of heavy engineering precision. Once the tunnels and stations are complete, the next phase begins. Tracks are laid with millimeter precision. Advanced signaling systems, powerful ventilation, fire safety measures, and fully automated train control technology are installed. The trains themselves will operate at the highest level of automation GOA4, meaning they run completely driverless with no staff on board. This allows for very short headways, high reliability, and excellent energy efficiency. Line 18, for example, has already started testing. It can reach speeds of up to 110 kilometers per hour, making it one of the fastest metro lines in the world. Some sections run on elevated viaducts, offering passengers beautiful views while connecting important hubs like Orly Airport. The first sections of the Grand Paris Express network are scheduled to open starting from mid-2026, with more lines and stations coming online progressively through 2027, 2028, and up to full completion targeted around 2030 to 2031. As of 2026, over 110 kilometers of tunneling have already been completed, showing that the project is making steady, impressive progress despite all the challenges. Impact legacy. When the Grand Paris Express is fully complete, it will do far more than simply move passengers from one place to another. It will reshape the entire Greater Paris region for generations to come. By providing fast, reliable, and sustainable transport, it will reduce social and economic inequality between central Paris and its suburbs. Many new stations are deliberately located in priority disadvantaged areas to bring better access to jobs, education, and services. The project will boost the economy by connecting major business districts, science and technology clusters, universities, and airports more efficiently. It will cut car dependency, reduce traffic congestion on surface roads, lower air pollution, and contribute to France's climate goals. For millions of ordinary people, everyday life will become noticeably easier and less stressful. A trip that once required multiple changes and long waits will become a quick, comfortable ride on a modern, air-conditioned, automated train. Beyond the practical benefits, the Grand Paris Express stands as a powerful symbol. It shows that even in an ancient, crowded, and historically sensitive city, bold vision combined with careful, world-class engineering can still build the future and do it underground without destroying what makes Paris special above ground. This project will be studied by engineers and urban planners around the world for decades as an example of how to deliver mega infrastructure in complex city environments. Conclusion. Building 200 kilometers of tunnels beneath the heart of Paris is an achievement that engineers and historians will study for many decades to come. It is a testament to human ingenuity, incredible precision, long-term vision, and the ability of teams from many countries and backgrounds to work together toward a common goal. From the giant TBMs grinding through the earth to the precision concrete segments forming perfect rings, every element reflects the highest standards of modern engineering. What do you think? Is the Grand Paris Express one of the most impressive urban infrastructure projects happening anywhere in the world today? Do you have a favorite mega project or engineering story you would like to see covered next? Drop your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I read every one. If you love this deep, detailed look at the Grand Paris Express and want more cinematic explorations of the world's greatest engineering feats, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Next time, we will dive into another incredible story of human ambition and technology shaping our future. Thank you so much for watching, for your support, and for joining me on this underground journey. Stay curious, keep exploring, and I'll see you underground.